Every time my heart beats, I know deep inside we're all exactly the same. It's love that runs within our blood and always shows us the way. And I now am me now, 'cause you could feel from the start every fearless purpose I feel deep inside of my heart every time it beats.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Mikey Bustos here. Just wanted to create a video to tell the story behind the song Everytime My Heart Beats from my latest album, Memoirs of a Superhero. You know, it's been such a success, that song. It's incredible. And people are finding me from all over the world because of that one song, which has now viraled out online. Its tremendous success has really brought me aback, and you know, my management team aback as well. So how did Everytime My Heart Beats start? Well, we were wrapping up my last album, Memoirs of a Superhero. At the time we had 11 songs, and we were going to go with just that. You know, we were pretty much making the final touches on all the final tracks. I was happy with the way everything went, you know, thus far. But we happened to run across this one producer who was referred to us by the name of Steve Hollywood. Excellent producer based in Toronto. And so I decided to check him out. And right away, I knew that Steve was definitely on the same vibe that I was with the album, and his musicality totally blew me away. And you know, we started composing there at that meeting. You know, I said, Steve, I'd like to create a ballad for this album. So we finally came up with this instrumental ballad, which was so moving. You know, as we were creating it, I was like, yes, this is it. Steve, you're totally on the same vibe as me right now. I was freaking out in the studio, you know, and he's just breezing on the piano, and you know, I'm like, this perfectly encapsulates something that I would want to say. And you know, at the back of my mind, before meeting Steve and as we were wrapping up the album, I knew I wanted to create a song to say thank you, you know, to my fans. And I was okay with the idea that thank you song was not in this first album. I would maybe, perhaps, you know, record it for a second album. And whatever, I didn't care. But at this meeting with Steve, I said, Steve, this is it. I went home, I listened to it over and over again, and I said, this is the thank you song to my fans. This is the, you know, my love song to the fans. I went to record it in the studio with DJ Merciless. There, I recorded Everytime My Heart Beats. The night before, I had written the song, and on my way to the studio, I was completely changing and erasing lines because this song had to be perfect. I knew the lines, the lyrics had to be perfect, you know, and even the way I was singing it, I kind of like changed the way I sang it and all of that. I recorded the track, and I kind of made up the melody there in the studio. And I created the harmonies as well, and really it's almost as if the song just had a life of its own and came together and materialized into what it is now. So when we created the final product, I was literally blown away. I was moved. It was definitely one of the most powerful, moving, and profound songs of my album. And it just had that feeling of being a closing song. And so, turns out, Everytime My Heart Beats became the final track of my album, Memoirs of a Superhero. And it was my song to the fans. It was a song about how People have stood by me and have loved me from the beginning, and how their love for me has made me into who I am today. And it talks about how I am inspired by them. They inspire me too, and it's just like a mutual love, kind of like a self-feeding love thing, and which is wonderful. It's truly an amazing feeling to be an artist that is appreciated for something they do. That to me is something I'm always thankful for, especially considering Canadian Idol happened now 8 years ago. That's 8 years ago, and I didn't even come in the top 3 or top 2 or first place. I came 8th in the top 11 of that year, and I'm still doing music today. My dreams have literally come true. I've opened for Christina Aguilera, my idol. I've traveled the world singing, meeting fans. That to me is like a miracle, and it's thanks to the fans, So I knew this song, Everytime My Heart Beats, was something I really needed to do. Funny enough, most people around the world interpreted it as a love song to a lover, which is totally great because it says a lot about, I guess, my relationship to my fans and my connection to those who support me. It's kind of almost like a lover relationship on a deeper level, I suppose. For me it is. I remember the year before I was living in Montreal as the album was first starting to get rolling in terms of recording and composing, and I would say prayers constantly, saying, listen, I need your help, as usual. I just want this album to be my magnum opus, to date, because it's my first opportunity to show my writing capabilities, and I've been a writer since I was 11. It really comes as natural to me as singing. And I would pray, I would say, God, please let me do this one thing, and all I ask is that my songs, my music, my voice be heard by people all over the world. This is the one thing I ask and have always been asking my whole life. So fast forward 2 years later, the album launched and turns out to be a huge hit, sold all over the country, and online. It's sold on iTunes. Surfing the internet one day, and out of nowhere, all of these videos popped up from all over the world. At first it was Germany, and then people in Australia were uploading the song. Everytime My Heart Beats did so well on YouTube, and it's still doing well. Today there are people dancing to Everytime My Heart Beats, people playing Everytime My Heart Beats on the piano, people creating music videos of it, people creating music videos with anime, people creating music videos with video game imagery, people creating music videos with MapleStory, people making dedications using the song, and I'm just totally brought aback by all of it. And it really was a prayer answered for the success of a song, and that to me was all I wanted in the end. And today people all over the world are continuing to discover that piece of work, Everytime My Heart Beats, that truly is dear to me. And so I wanted to take this time to thank everybody out there who has supported me, who has supported everything that I've done. I continue to sing for you. I wanted to officially thank you for being a part of history for me as an artist, and for making Everytime My Heart Beats my first international hit. So for those of you who haven't heard the song, this is Everytime My Heart Beats along with the lyrics. Thank you once again. This is Mikey Bustos signing out. See ya.
In my heart. that goes by for me. I know that not far